As my father told me that you become civil servant, I was having no idea what civil services is all about. So my father told me, so somebody should be there to tell you things, because when you are a kid, nobody knows where to go, where not to go. So first thing is that something which fascinates you. So fascination is required. If something is fascinating you, then you will move towards it. If something is not fascinating you and you are trying to move towards it, then you will go in with half heart. So first thing is that first know about the thing. Once you know, then see yourself. Whether I will be able to do that. The second question is, ask yourself. Once you have asked and your brain tells you that yeah, I can do that, just start preparing for it. It hardly means that you just go to market and bring a big book for that. No, brush up your knowledge. If you want to be a doctor, so you know that I should be good in my curriculum, I can complete the exam, so be better in your curriculum. As I wanted to be a civil servant, my father told me that you should have good knowledge about your surroundings. So I started reading something beyond my curriculum. So that enhanced my knowledge about my surroundings, what is happening all over India, all over the world. So I brushed up my knowledge. So I started brushing up my knowledge from very beginning. From 6th class, I used to read newspapers also. So I developed the habit of reading newspapers or current affairs books. So I never prepared so bad. It hardly meant that I saw people reading for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. I never read more than 5 hours. And I'm telling you a truth. But my effort was consistent. And the year I got selected, I hardly read any book. I was teaching somewhere. I taught. I was a teacher also. I taught in Aligarh Muslim University. When I was selected, I was teaching in my class in Aligarh Muslim University. And when my result came, my father called me that you got selected. I was in middle of my class. Then I was happy. And my students like you, they asked, sir, what happened? I said, I got selected in civil services, and we were also happy. So, things will fall to you if your effort is consistent. And people say, na deepa, agar ख्वाहिश हो तो खुदा भी साजिश करने लगे आता है. It's the same thing. What is that man proposes, God disposes. So it's saying, if you put your effort, I'm telling you, the effort will bear fruits. So try to put 100% of your effort. You will become successful. Choosing a goal, listen to your heart. I keep on smiling whatever happens. Even if murder happens, I keep it. See, if I make my face like this, nothing will happen. I cannot catch the criminal. So, be smiling always. Try to take everything with right spirits. Muskurate raho. Because that will show the positivity of yourself to others also. If you will be like this, if your face is like it, so the other give up. So it disseminates. So it percolates down. The tension, it goes down, and to the last man standing. If you smile, so the positivity, the positive environment which you will create will make your men work efficiently and give it their 100%. Otherwise, they'll be ready that he'll scold us. So positivity matters. And I'm telling you, I did all the postings which are said to be awaited postings here in Uttarakhand. I did all those postings also. And that's only because of positivity. Even those murders I'm telling you, if there would have been somebody else would have been SSP there, you'd have heart attack. because it was such those were stressful days, but those were past because of the positivity only. And I do meditation also, and I play. The best thing is to channelize your energy. So today also, because today I lost my game because at 8 I started. Otherwise, from 8 to 9, I played lawn tennis. I learned lawn tennis recently. Otherwise, I used to play cricket, football, hockey during my young days. But now I tried a new game. So, for keeping myself positive, I have to channelize my energy to my interests also. See, why I am here as an IPS officer? For myself. See, whatever you do it for yourself. Somebody asked me, why you wanted to be a civil servant? Because I wanted it to be. Why you wanted it? Because it is the best thing which can happen to me. So I wanted to be the best, so I want to take the best. So why I wanted to take the best? Because I am the best, because I want that. So I am doing this job for myself. And if this job gives me negativity, then why I chose this job? And if I have chosen this job, these are job hazards which are coming to me. You are a student. If less marks are coming to you, these are student hazards. You have to face them. If your teacher is scolding you, roaming around, loitering around, this is your hazard. You can scold him, but this is hazard. So that is my job hazard. I have to handle it. And I have to handle it with smiling face, with calm mind, because calm minds think vastly and think right things. And tensed minds always take wrong decisions, and wrong decisions will take you to quagmire, and then you cannot come back, or you cannot revert back. So be positive, keep smiling, keep your mind always settled and calm. Corruption. This is a big question you asked. Corruption. How many types of corruptions are there? I'll start from student level. When I am writing an answer and I am copying from the other individual, that is also a corruption, isn't it? Second thing is, I am making a conspiracy, I am doing a conspiracy against my fellow officer or my fellow student or my pal. So I am again indulged in corruption. We are taking in our rooms. When I was in hostel, so smoking was not allowed in the hostel. So some of the students, what they used to do, they used to smoke. I was also in the hostel. I'm telling you, I never smoked. I never took any hard drinks. So, because I hated that. So they used to take. That's also a corruption. So corruption is everywhere. How you take it? Some people think that taking money is the only form of corruption. But in the society, these corruptions already exist. We cannot handle it. So how we can correct it? To correct ourselves first. If we correct ourselves, the system will automatically become corruption free. But see, what I told you, from the student life, it comes to you. See, if you are hiding something from the principal which he needs to know, what his duty is to know about, that is also corruption. So if you will be like that, I'm telling you, throughout your life you will be corruption free. Throughout your life you will set an example, and setting example will make others to follow you. And if others are following you, the system will automatically, the corruption will wipe away from the system. I can't tell you that I do that, but I can set example for that. So the best thing is to set example, and people will follow it. That's how you handle is menace from the society. Preparation. I told you the first day I entered my hostel, my seniors, they told me, if you will become civil servant, whole of our college will become civil servant. The first thing is that never listen to anyone. People who are praising you, who are making mockery of you, just listen to them or forget about it. Okay, whatever. Be a reflector to them that whatever you have told me, I have reflected it back to you. First thing. Second thing is that you remain focused, come what may. I am telling you, when I was a hostler in my college, nobody, even today, people get surprised that you are IPS. And they are like, my juniors used to tell me, sir, आप IPS बन गए, हम तो पढ़ते रहे, हम नहीं बन पाए. Why today my seniors are like, they are aghast, they are wondering how I become IPS. Some of my college toppers, they wanted to be civil servants. One of my batchmate is a classmate. He was from Oak Grove. One of my batchmate is from St. George's itself. They were great students. Toppers are university toppers. And I used to ask them, sir, please tell me. I used to ask my friend, clarify my doubts. And they were like, okay, we will become, so we can clarify your doubts. When I went till the interview and they flunked in the mains and they were like, what happened? We are toppers. But he went to the interview and I got selected and they couldn't get through. Why? Because I was focused. I was not proud of anything because I had done nothing till that day. Once I got selected, now I can see. Because today I am here in these clothes, so I can guide you. But a topper, there are so many toppers. See how many schools are here in Vasuri. St. George's is there, Oak Grove is there, then many schools are there. Every school has one topper. It hardly means that you will top throughout. You have to struggle, you have to compete. And success is count the sweetest by those who never win. So that day my result came, the first attempt when I got 135 marks and my mains result was out, I was very upset. But I was focused also that I have to increase my marks. So focus is required. Open to criticism. People will say, let them say. बात उसी की होती है जिसमें बात होती. People will not criticize anybody. See whom you discuss. You cannot discuss anybody who is nowhere. You will discuss on those people whom you look up to. So if somebody is criticizing me, I am very happy because he is discussing me. That's what I wanted in my life. So even if he is abusing me, I am happy. Why? Because I am in his words. I am there in his brain. What else I want? I am happy. So people say, कि सर आप मुस्कुराते रहते हो and you do all the things. I said, that's what I wanted. Let them talk. They are not taking anything from me. They are wasting their time. I am happy with it. Let them waste their time. I will come and deliver a lecture in the meantime here. So, right now they are talking about me. I am giving lecture to you. So, that's how. So, you should be having this attitude. That if somebody is criticizing me, I am happy. My teachers used to tell me, I'll give you one example. Once there was a teacher, sorry to teachers fraternity, he asked the class one question, I answered it. So during our school days, I used to get beating sauce. So he gave me a slap and I was like, sir, I answered it to you, how come you know? I said, sir, I know because I read it beforehand. So I got a slap that day. I said, okay. The second incident happened with the same teacher. He asked me something. I stood up and I didn't answer. He gave me a slap. So yeah, I told him, sir, I knew the answer, but I didn't give you the answer. So he asked me why. So I told him that, sir, that day I gave you the right answer, you slapped me. Today also, I knew that if you have asked me this question, I am ready for the slap. So why to waste my time? You slap me and the thing will be over here on. See. So that time also, people, my fellow students, they started laughing. From that day, that teacher never asked me a question, never slapped me. Why? Because I set an example in front of him too. He did wrong that time. But I was also a rowdy student, so I said, sir, I am good at things, but still I am getting beaten up by you, so it's better you beat me. From that day, he never beat me up. So the same thing applies to you also. Set an example and forget about things. Set examples. That's what I told you in my lecture also. And with my anecdotes also, I am trying to tend. So never get influenced also, what will happen? See, this is a body. And we have to face many things. Suppose if I had been in army and some bullet would have struck me, that would also had caused me pain. So the pain also, a snap is better than a bullet. So think that it is. Think always positive. Positive thinking pays off. Yeah. Next. What I told you is priorities. In my lecture also, I have told you to set priorities. When I was playing cricket, I wanted to be the best. How I started playing cricket, I'm telling you, when I was in 4th class. So my sister used to bowl to me and I used to hit it for 6. So one day what happened, we had a match with class 5th. So class 5th bowler bowled me, and in the second ball, he took my wicket. And my friends used to make fun of me. See, now ask your little sister to bowl to you and hit 6 to her. So I was like, that's a bad thing. So I took that challenge. I said, okay, now I try to be better. So I started playing cricket. That's how I started playing cricket. Otherwise, before that, I never played cricket. I just was hitting my sister's ball, that's it. But that day, I decided that I'd play cricket here. I'd take it head on. So I started playing cricket. And by 8th class, I was school team captain. I was captain of my district team. And in 9th class, I was in Rajasthan's team. I was 14 or 15 years old that time. See, so these things, how you take or how, because I took the challenge. So this happens to you also, that somebody will challenge you and it will happen to you. Similarly, when I told you my hostel also, that if you become civil servant, whole of our college will become civil servant. That also was a challenge from to me. So take challenges. And I am a good batsman even today when our teams play. Whole of this IPS it depends on me. It can't play, otherwise we lose. Even when civil services teams play to other teams, then they ask me, Janmejaya, please come, play for us. So that's how people then demand you, they ask you to come play for them. Otherwise, if you not accept the challenges, nothing will fascinate. If you wanted to be actor, people will say, Tere bas ka nahi hai. Take it as a challenge. Let him speak. Go, become successful, act and become Shah Rukh Khan. See, even Shah Rukh Khan was told once, he was from nearby college, once we were playing football. In Hansraj College, he came and played with us. So we asked, how you become an actor? He said, he was fascinated by one brother. So he told me, I wanted to be like him. And he was like this, like he explained about. So he made him to take acting as a career. So that's how he started. He told me, and it's From horse's mouth, he told me that then I met one brother while I was assisting Nainital. He told me the same thing because he was from St. Columbus School and he was shifted to St. Joseph's Academy. So he told me the same thing, that he was fascinated by one of the fathers there in St. Columbus School, and because of him, he looked acting and he outshone in his career. So I verified it from two people. So fascination or fascinating things happen just like that in your life. Take them and do well. Yeah. Any other question? It's nice to be amidst you today, and I'd love that someday some of you become civil servants or become successful in your life. And my friend, he is also from this college. Deepak Rawat is his name, and our pair is known here in Uttarakhand. These two people, they walk together and all the postings they do together. And people do so many talks also. But that's how I am associated to your school. And that's how I love this school, because he is my best friend in services. Thank you listening to me, and it's my pleasure that